Hi everyone, I'm popping on live again. I'm just getting the live feed up on my Facebook page and giving Facebook a minute to share that I'm live. Welcome to everyone that is going to pop on. Let's see if my computer's going to play nice. Oh, okay, I don't want to hear myself. Okie dokie. Let's see. Okay. I think I'll be able to see comments now. So I thought, hi Angela, I thought I'd pop on and do another card with you all because I have some time this afternoon. I've got all my jobs done. I sent out a newsletter, so for those that are subscribed to my newsletter, hi Fee, they will have got that in their inbox. If you're not subscribed to my newsletter, the newsletter will have gone live to my Facebook page as well, and you can click on the newsletter link on my Facebook page and also subscribe to the newsletter from there as well. For those that didn't watch the Facebook video yesterday, you can go back and rewatch it, but I made this fun card yesterday using the celebration set, which I think I popped away, feels like home. So we made this fun one yesterday with this, combined it with the brick embossing folder. So that was a lot of fun to make yesterday. And I did a Stampin Up order last night. I'm so excited. I've got some new goodies coming, and I ordered the, where is it? I ordered this one. I couldn't help myself. Hi, Rhonda. I ordered the sheep. So I've got the sheep and the sheep dies coming. So I can't wait to make something fun with those. I ordered something else from Celebration. I can't remember which one I ordered. That's bad. I think I might have got the penguin paper. So for those that didn't catch live yesterday, haven't seen what's going on, the two new catalogs have gone live. So Celebration is live as well as the mini catalog. Both of these are now available to order from, which is so exciting. So for every $90 you spend at the moment, you're getting a free product from the Celebration catalog. So nothing in this catalog you can actually order, it's all free. So for every $90 amount that you spend, you're getting a free product, either a level 1 or level 2. Level 2 products are for every $180, or you can choose two $90 level 1 products. So there's loads of new stuff to choose from in the mini catalogue, and I am loving it. There's so many gorgeous things. My favourite suite is actually on my desk, and I'm going to flip my camera around and show you what it is in a second. I'm just in love with it, and I'm going to make a card with you all, which I haven't actually. I've looked at it and thought a few ideas, but I thought I'd come and do a bit of yesterday's action and create with you live and just wing it. So I'm going to flip my camera. Okie dokie, let's do this. Ugh. I've still got tradies in my backyard, so hopefully you didn't. Right, now I noticed yesterday my head was in some of the video because I had this down too low. So what I might do is move. I have got big thick socks on and slippers because it is freezing cold. So I'm not sure what the weather is like where you are, but I know that here it is freezing cold. So I'll just turn this around. So yes, I have very thick socks on and slippers because it is freezing. Okay, I just have to get my camera up a little bit. I'll get this right one day. Okay, so I'm not sure if I can see comments properly on my page. It's gonna play up on me, so hopefully I can see them. Say hi if you're popping on, and I should be able to refresh it every now and then. So this is the Blackberry Beauty suite. So it's on page 44 of the mini catalogue. So it's this one here, and it features, it's sort of themed at being a seasonal type suite, but it can be used for loads of things. So I loved the papers. The papers are what won me in this suite. It's full of purples and golds, and it's got these big owls in it and lots of birds. I love birds. This little, I'm not sure if you call them a little swallow or something. That little bird image is really cute, and that's actually shown at the size that it is. So it is tiny, but it's a really cute bird. The suite also comes with some shimmer gold vellum, some ephemera, beautiful ribbon, which I'm going to do something with. I've got a tip with the ribbon, which was hinted at in one of the samples. In one of the samples, they've showed the ribbon frayed, and I thought, wow, I do that with heaps of ribbons, but I didn't even think about it with this ribbon, so I want to do it. So this is the beautiful suite. You can purchase suites as one bundle as well, so you can, with the suite collection, you can just enter one item code and get the whole suite. So if you know that you love the whole thing, you don't have to go and order everything individually. You can just add the suite code in and get one of everything, or you can purchase them individually. It's always better to purchase the stamp and the die together as a bundle because you save 10%. So that's the beautiful suite that I'm going to show you. So this is the stamp set. So it's called the Beauty of Tomorrow stamp set, and this one is a cling stamp set. So this is our red rubber. So this one's a cling one. And this is the beautiful dies that go with it. So I don't keep my dies in the original packaging, and I do get a lot of questions about that. But I can't actually see everyone that's popping on because my computer doesn't show me. So hello to you if you're popping on. But I don't keep them in their original packaging. I take them out and pop them on magnet sheets. And a lot of people ask me where I get those from. I just buy A4 magnet sheets off eBay and pop my dies on it because I find it easier. And the storage pockets, I think, are totally Tiffany die storage pockets, and I'm pretty sure I bought them from the US. So this comes with everything to cut out. These 3 images here, as well as this really big image, and these ones here, which are standalone dies to cut out some foliage pieces. The suite also comes with this gorgeous gold ribbon, which I spoke about, and that one is the one I'm going to play with. It's so pretty. I love this ribbon. So that's the gold ribbon. It comes with this ephemera. So I have been playing with this, so mine's not a full packet. I think I played with some yesterday because I've actually, if you didn't see the video, I used one of the ephemera pieces on my card yesterday because it was perfect for that. So these you do not just have to use with this suite at all. I think I should pull mine out and put them in a container actually, because they're very hard to use in those packets. But you get these pieces here which are frames, and they've got little flag images, and they're gold foiled, so they're really pretty. There's some of these images here which are tags, and there's some pretty, these ones are sure to go really quickly with me because I love using the foliage pieces and the floral images. There's some more tags and some leaf images. I think that's the same as the previous sheet, so you get 2 of each sheet. And then there's this one here which is really cute. It's missing a piece because it's on this sheet here. I've made a card with this which was on my blog, and that's got the really big owl. I love this big owl, and I'm thinking I'm going to use it on the card today. So I'm going to use the last lonely owl. I'm going to use it up. So I think I'm going to need another packet because I'm going to use the last owl, so I definitely need another packet. Okay, then this is the DSP, and this is what sold me on the whole suite. I've been using mine, so I'll just take, well, I use the Cropper Hopper 12x12 storage pockets for my paper too, so I don't keep them in their original packaging either. So this is the gold foiled owl paper. This is probably my favorite sheet. I don't know what it is about the owls, it's just selling me. This is beautiful too. I think this is Rich Razzleberry and Blackberry Bliss. They've also got this one with the birds all over it with the gold foiled, I think it's wheat in the background, and then the same colour tones as the previous sheet. This one's Blackberry Bliss and gold. So that's really super pretty, and I think it's cinnamon cider and a brown on the back. So those are pieces I've chopped into. Let's find another piece here. So there's this one, so much gold, it's really pretty, and there's cinnamon cider on the back of that one. What else? Is there another sheet here? Let's have a look. Yes, I've got 2 more sheets I haven't showed you. So this one, which is a lot of gold, so pretty. This would make a really nice scrapbook page, I think. And then a brown tones on the back, and then this one here. So this has got gold foiling as well, and then lots of purple on the back. So these sheets here, what they're designed for and why they're like that is you can actually chop them in half, so cut them at 6 inches and then cut them down in thirds, and that gives you 6 card fronts. So they're actually designed that way on purpose. It's really strategic by Stampin' Up actually, so really, really handy. So I'm just going to pop that back in my storage pocket. Then there's this beautiful stuff. It comes with 2 sheets, and I'm hoping the camera is going to pick it up, but this is actually vellum. So this is the gold shimmer vellum, really pretty. And what this is cool with is the dies. So I think I already have done a card with it, but it cuts out this beautiful background die, really cool. So it makes a really cool background piece. So, or just layering. I've used tiny strips like this as well. So that is the gold shimmer vellum that you can get in a pack of 2. So you can get 2 sheets per pack with that. So I'm not sure if, right, I'll just keep an eye on that. So that's the pieces that come in the suite. So what I thought I might do is I've pulled out just a couple sheets of cardstock. So I've pulled out Rich Raspberry, Whisper White, and Black Basic Whisper White. It's actually called Basic White now. Basic Black. And I thought I might have a play. Heads up, I did send out a newsletter today. I do actually have an online class coming up with this. Just a hint, I haven't announced it yet. I'm working on it in the background. I've just had loads going on with getting together my first 2 classes, which are now live and you can sign up to, but there is a class coming with this, which will be coming up soon. Okay, so I'm just going to pop these to the side for a moment, and I've got stuff all over my desk now, but what I might do is cut down. I'm going to open up my catalogue because I do have an idea that I want to work with, but I'm going to chop a Rich Raspberry card base. So I thought I might do a landscape card. So when I do a landscape card in centimeters, I'm going to cut it at 14.9. And then my scoring blade keeps falling out of my trimmer. So I've got it here, but it just won't sit there. So I'm going to cut it at 14.9 and score it at 10.5. And that gives me a landscape card. So that was 1 sheet of A4 cardstock. All I did was cut it in half at 14.9 and score it at 10.5. And that gave me the perfect card base. Now I'm going to cut... I haven't fully decided what I want to do, and I need to hurry up and decide. I think I'm going to cut a larger layer, so I'm going to cut one at 9.9, oh, that's scoring blade colour, 9.9 centimetres, and then cut this at 14.3, which is going to give me a larger layer. And then I'm going to cut a sheet of the DSP, and I'm going to cut, I want to go all out with the owls. So I'm going to cut some of the owl paper, which I want to cut the one that I've already cut down, which I think was this one. So I want to cut a piece of the owls. So I'm actually using a card from the catalogue as inspiration. I'm going to cut this one at 9.7 by 14.1, and that's going to give me a layer. But I may end up, I don't know yet. Hello Cassandra, how are you? I may actually cut this down a little bit further yet, I'm not sure. So this is going to give me, do you know, I would normally go for Blackberry Bliss, but I'm giving my Rich Raspberry some love today. So that gives me a layer to work with, but it's not going to give me much room. Normally that's the layers I would work with. So I'm doing this on the whim. So I'm just trying to decide whether I cut this down a bit further, which I think I'm going to. So I have this normally at 14.3. So I'm thinking I might cut this down to 14.1. And I'll cut this down to 9.7, which means this piece will have to come down to 13.9 by 9.5, doing my maths on the whim. So obviously these are metric measurements, but you can get the idea and do similar layers with whatever card size you're working with, which gives us a bit more of a border. I still think I want to go a little bit smaller though. Let's see, what have we got? We've got 14.1, so maybe if we go 13.9. I am so accustomed to doing these layers that I don't actually do anything other than these slices. Okay, so what did we do for this one? We did 13.9, so we need to do 13.8, 13.7. And then this was cut down to what, 9.5, so we need to go 9.3. You'll see the reason why in a second. I'm good, Cassandra. I went for a nice walk today, so usually I just get on my bike because it's been terrible weather and it's been raining constantly. But I went on my bike this morning and I thought, you know what, the sun's out, so I'm going to go for a walk. So I went for a nice walk in the reserve, which was nice. It was nice to get outside, although it did start to spit while I was out. But that was okay. Now, while I'm cutting and while I've got my trimmer out, I'm just going to cut a quick layer for the inside of my card. So I'm just going to cut this to 9.9 by 14.3. And I'll cut a layer of Whisper White for my cardstock insert. So I'm going to cut that to 9.7 by 14.1. And what I also might do is cut a very tiny strip. So I'm going to cut maybe to a 1 centimetre strip of just the owl paper to 14.1, and that's going to give me a nice strip for the inside. So that way I can move my trimmer out of the way. We might even use the reverse side of that. So we won't use the owl side, we might use the reverse side like that. So I'm going to rest that there precariously. So that's got a few of the layers done. So now what I want to do, and the reason I wanted that smaller is because I was thinking of stamping one of the images over the background. The catalogue shows sort of an idea with doing it with this image, but the changing leaves remind us that new wonders are just around the corner. I love the sentiment, but it's not autumn. We've just been past autumn and it reminds me of autumn, but I love it and I feel like I should use it. I don't know. I might go with one of the other images. So I might go with this one here. So what I was thinking about doing was taking the card base. I'm just going to reinforce that score line with my bone folder. And I'm going to take my embossing buddy. These are not available at Stampin' Up anymore, but you can still buy them on eBay, I think, or you can just use talc powder. But you don't have to do that step either. It's completely optional. Just going to get a block big enough for my image, and I'm going to bring in the Versamark ink, and I'm going to stamp my image in Versamark. So I'm just going to stamp it off the edge, and you can it's going to be very hard to see on the video, but I'm actually stamping it over the cardstock I'm just going to stamp a little one there. You've got to kind of tilt it to know where you've already stamped, because what it's doing is sort of providing a bit of a watermarked image, but the ink doesn't dry very quickly, and the reason for that is because I'm going to add some embossing powder. So I'm just going to ink another one up there. I might add a little bit there. And I'll tilt that just so I can see what I'm doing. Now, you'd think that I was going to add white embossing powder. I'm actually not. I'm going to add some, hello May Flurry, I'm actually going to add some clear embossing powder. So I'm bringing in my clear, and the reason, this is actually straight onto the card base. The reason I'm adding clear is because I kind of want it to have a bit of a glossy look rather than white. So I'm just going to add clear embossing powder over the background. Now you've got to kind of, because I've done a whole background straight onto the card base, I'm kind of just being careful a little bit, but just going on and adding it and then tapping it off. So I'll just add a little bit to this area and then tap it off. Now I do have an area here where I can tell that I've pressed a little bit hard on the stamp, and I've got the edge of the stamp, and that is completely okay. I'm just going to bring in a paintbrush for that little section and just brush off the extra embossing powder on that area. That's completely fine. And I just want a little bit more embossing powder just here because it's not quite enough. So if you get extra embossing powder, you don't want it, you can just bring your paintbrush in and that will heat it, that will remove it. Right, so I'm going to grab my heat tool, which I've got all tangled up underneath my workspace. So I'll heat that up for a second. I need to move my bin to the right hand side because I keep going to chuck things on the right hand side, but my bin was on the left. Right, so I normally heat from underneath, but I'm actually, because it's the card base, I'm actually going to heat from the top. And this may curl a little bit, and it's going to be hard to see because it's actually clear embossing powder. But it will look cool. It's going to add a different kind of texture because it's going to darken. You just don't want to overheat. So once it's melted, just move away from that area. I don't use my clear embossing powder enough. Clear embossing powder is really great for emboss resist techniques too. I need to get it back out and have a good play with it. So we do sell clear embossing powder. I think it's now in our basics embossing powders, I think. Ooh, sorry. I'm just going to heat that up from the back just a little bit to curl, because it curls a little bit. So if I heat it up from the back, it will get it to curl back the other way. Okay, so if you can see that, oh, good, May. That's awesome. So there you can see the clear embossing powder, and it's just sort of added some darkened areas to the background. Now, you're not going to be able to see that whole thing because I'm going to add the layer of, I'm going to cover heaps of it, to be honest, but it just adds an extra texture behind, hello, Kylie, adds an extra texture behind there. It's just sort of creating your own designer series paper, really. So I just thought it would be fun. But I do need to have a bit more of a play with my clear embossing powders. In fact, I've been designing for the new class that I'm going to be releasing, and there will be clear embossing powder. It's why I'm on a bit of a kick with it, because I did use it for one of my new classes. Right, so I'm going to mount this beautiful owl paper onto my layer of rich raspberry. Just make sure that's lined up. I think I need a new blade in my trimmer. And then I'm going to mount this onto, I still didn't look for my dimensionals. I knew I got away from my desk last night and thought I need to go look for that box. I have a sneaky suspicion I know where it could be. But I meant to look and I didn't. So I'm just going to add some Stampin' Dimensionals to my background, because I'm going to mount the whole background onto Stampin' Dimensionals. So for those joining, I'm totally crafting on the fly with no particular plans. I'm just winging it again, which is what I did yesterday when I made this card here yesterday on my Facebook Live. That was me totally winging it. I had no plans. I just came on because I had a bit of free time, and I thought, you know what, it's my kid-free week this week, so I have a bit of free time this week in the afternoons that I wouldn't normally have. School's back, and it's mummy's got a bit of mummy time. I've been over night time watching A Million Little Things on, I think it's Stan. The other night I sat there, I was fussy cutting the Bloom Where You're Planted DSP. I don't know if anyone else does things like that while they're watching shows on telly. I'm excited to get the new Penguin celebration paper. I'll probably sit there and do the same thing. I'll probably sit there and watch a show and fussy cut. I know because some of the penguins you can use the punch, but I know some of the critters you can fussy cut. So that's probably what I'll do. So, right, I'm just pulling more than just the backing off here. Did you see that? Okay. Bin is to the right, Kayla, now. Stop throwing them on the floor. Okay. So I can now pop this onto my card base. I'm glad I actually chopped that down further, because I wouldn't be able to see any of it. Okay, so what I thought, now I've got this far, now I've got things to the left, to the right, everywhere, is I really, from the ephemera pieces, kind of wanted to use the owl, but I'm not sure yet. I really wanted to use it. I'm going to place it there with one of the, what else have we got in this little stash of goodies just here? I used that piece yesterday, so I don't really want to use it again. What does this one look like? I'm just pulling out pieces from the ephemera pack, which is such a gorgeous pack of goodies. There's this little daisy piece, and I've got the owl. Move that one out of the way. What I kind of wanted to do was fray the ribbon. So this ribbon, I saw a little sneak peek of what they'd done in the catalogue and thought, oh, I love it when they do things like that. So the ribbon itself comes like this, but if you actually play with it and pull it apart, I just get a picky tool. You can use the take your pick tool and sit there and pull it apart. So when you do that, you're going to get the gold threads to start to fray, and you can kind of pull it. You just got to be a little bit gentle. Gentle but rough at the same time, if that makes sense, because you want to get those threads to pull apart. Once you get this piece, you can actually start pulling like this. Did you see that? So once you get that piece, when you start pulling, I don't know if I can bring it close up to the camera, you're going to start, it's kind of like the main thread that holds them together. So then I'm going to get all of this is going to be my new favorite ribbon, I'm just telling you now, just because it has all these gold threads. So I'm going to pull, I don't know how much of a piece that I want, but they had theirs kind of behind their little main section. I think just a tiny bit more. And then what I'm going to do, what I'm going to need to do to hold it in place is I'm going to have to put some kind of adhesive in the middle to hold them there, and then I'm going to put something to anchor the focal point. So I'm going to put some tear and tape adhesive, I think. So let's just, oopsie, we don't want to do that. Let's just rescue our little piece there. Okay. This is getting very messy. Okay, pull that together, pull it tight. Okay, so I need to get it stuck down. Okay, so I'm going to get some tear and tape adhesive because I know that'll be strong enough to hold it in place. I'm just going to put a couple of strips because I know my focal point is going to go to this side of the card. So I'm just going to have a couple of strips here. I'm just going to pull off the backing there of these pieces because this adhesive is going to get covered, so you won't see it. Now I'm putting it in the left-hand side. Oh, my brain. Okay. Now that I've got that there, it'll be enough to be able to hold that in place, and then I can go and sort of chop the ends. Oh, I'm dying, it's so cute. And then you can kind of just spread them out. Oh my god, that ribbon, I'm going to need to order 1 million rolls of it. And then this is all rubbish, by the way. That's all that's left over from pulling it apart. Okay. New favourite ribbon is going to be this. So what's it actually called? I think it's just called the Gold Shimmer ribbon. Oh, just because it does that, it's now my new favourite ribbon. I'm glad that I had a really good look at the samples in the catalogue. So I'll show you the sample. This is the sample that I saw with just the sneak of that pulled apart thing, and I was like, they've pulled apart that ribbon. So I was in love. Okay, so I think I'm going to want somewhere along the lines of having that piece and then a sneak a sentiment in there. And what I was thinking was perhaps using the layering circle dies, but I don't want these to overtake it either. So I don't think I'd want a circle any bigger than that, just to anchor the owl down so it doesn't get lost into the background. So I'd want to also put a little scalloped edge in. So we have these layering circle dies, if you're not familiar with them. They come with plain and also a scalloped frame. So what I was thinking was I could bring in the Shimmer vellum and have my scalloped frame with a bit of the Shimmer vellum, so you can just get a pop of that in there. So just a tiny bit of Shimmer vellum, and then I'm thinking for it to really stand out, I'm thinking I'm going to go with some white just for the circle. I'll just chop that out. Right, so I'm just going to run these through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. I will just be a tick as my Gerard, my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, is just to the side of my desk. So I've got these two pieces now. I'll just chuck the scrap in the bin and pop my circles to the side. So that gives me a nice frame that I can pop my owl onto as a nice base for him to sit on. And then I was thinking a sentiment. So what else have we got here? There's these beautiful, all sorts of things in here actually. I actually really thought I could do, I did see another sneak peek in, and I've used this stamp set quite a bit already, but if you didn't want the changing leaves, I did see that actually masked off, and I haven't used this sentiment just because I'm not wanting to do autumn themes, but I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna try what I did see a sneak of. So I'm just gonna use some glue dots to adhere this little ephemera piece down. So I'll just sneak in and pop some glue dots, and then I'm going to stick my circle down, and I think I'm going to pop that up on some dimensionals as well. So I just knocked my camera. Actually really liking creating on the fly with no plan, to be honest. It's like I get to invite you to my craft room and you can see how I actually create. It sort of means that I'm less stressed about coming on live because I don't have to have anything planned. I just come and chat to you all and craft, and I really like crafting on the fly. Okay, so I'm just going to pop my circle there. Now I don't think I'll stick my owl down just yet. I'm going to do my sentiment. Now that looks really big, but I'm not going to use the whole thing. So what I thought I might do is get a scrap of basic black, which I think, will that scrap be big enough? Yes, that was perfect actually. And then I'm going to just add some embossing to this piece, I think. So I'm going to grab some white embossing powder. So we did clear for the background, but this piece we're going to do some white. So I'm going to ink up my sentiment in Versamark. And then I'm just going to, I don't know how this is going to work yet. I may end up doing take 2. Because I'm not sure if I should have masked this sentiment, to be honest. I'm actually just wanting the bottom half of the sentiment, so I'm not worrying about embossing the whole thing, because I don't want the whole sentiment. So I'll heat up my heat gun. Oh, thank you, Tanya. I'm just having a bit of a play, and I really wanted to fray that ribbon. I love ribbons. I'm a ribbon addict. And I saw the ribbon and I decided to use my favourite sweet and come on and craft with you all. So I was really excited to have a play. Plus I'm energised after spending the afternoon in nature. There's actually some really cute birds down at the reserve I walk at. Okay, so I'm thinking I'm going to chop this. The way I saw the sentiment used was just having the new wonders are just around the corner, and it was really cute. So I think I'm actually going to, I try and get away from fussy cutting too many sentiments because I know it's not everyone's thing, but I think that this calls for it. Just so I can have just that part of the sentiment shine. So this just shows that you don't have to use the sentiments the way they're set out. You can chop them apart and use them however you want them. They absolutely don't have to be used as you think they're intended. I might just keep that like there. I'm trying not to go into every little nook and cranny like I normally would, because I'm aware that I'm live and sometimes I get a little bit too fanatical with fussy cutting. So the trick to fussy cutting is to just move the paper, not the scissors so much. and just bend it around. I love myself a bit of fussy cutting, to be honest. I find it relaxing. I've done a fair bit of collaging lately. I've been doing some art therapy actually, as part of a program that I'm in, and we've been doing some collaging, and it's actually quite, I said to the art therapist that it was quite relaxing, and it's one of the things that I really enjoy doing. It's just sitting there and cutting and pasting. Okay, so New Wonders are just around the corner. I actually really like that, and it's just cutting apart a part of that sentiment. So the sentiment actually says the changing of leaves reminds us that new wonders are just around the corner, but I've changed it to say new wonders are just around the corner. So I was thinking of having the owl up on dimensionals, and then I'm going to tuck the sentiment in there as well. Oh, thanks Glenda, I'm doing well, how are you? So I'm thinking the sentiment should go a little bit over the owl, but not too much. So I'm going to pop up the owl on some dimensionals. I'm not sure where you are, Glenda. I hope you're not experiencing some of the tough lockdowns that everyone's going through at the moment. I'm lucky where I am because we aren't having, and we've only really had one lockdown that I know of, or that there has only been one lockdown. Tasmania, where I live, has been quite lucky in that respect. Our Premier is pretty tough. He'll shut the borders pretty quickly to anyone come, because I live on an island, so once he shuts the borders, no one can get in. Okay, so I think I might pop the owl like that, and then I'm going to pop maybe some dimensionals in the bottom half because it's going to touch there. So I'll pop just some liquid adhesive on the top half where it will touch the bits that are already dimensional, and then I'll add some dimensionals to the bottom half. It's been a tough year, that's for sure. It's not a year that I want to repeat. That's been through, I think, what feels like enough for a decade. Okay, so I need a second to decide. I think I might just turn my actual room light on. I can feel it's starting to get a little bit dark. Yapoon, is it CQ? I'm so bad, like CQ. I feel like when you tell me what it is, I'll be like, oh yeah, that's really obvious. I'm just going to add some Winted Stella over my background. I feel like that bit's sticking up just a little bit, so I might just add a tiny glue dot in just there. Okay, so I feel like it needs just a little something, but I can't decide what. It needs like a gem or something. I've got a whole heap of stuff right at my footstep. That made no sense. I could go with some, these haven't received any love in ages. I wonder if they would look okay. The champagne rhinestones. I feel like that would be actually a good choice, and I've got a whole heap of them here. So the champagne rhinestone jewels. I feel like they might be nice. They actually look really good on these colours. Can't decide where to put them. feel like I'm going to go all out. Normally I stick to doing things in 3s, but I feel like this card, I always do odd numbers, but I feel like this card's going to get 5. It got 5. Oh, Central Queensland. Oh my goodness. I thought you were going to say some kind of American state. Oh, so I heard that America. Now I can't get that out of my head. I heard that Queensland, has it gone into lockdown, or are you okay? I went to Queensland in the end of June, and I got out just as things were getting bad in Sydney, luckily. I think I missed the airport scare by half an hour, which was, thank goodness. Right, so I'm going to leave that there for a second. If I want to add something, it'll come to me. And I'm just going to add this strip to the bottom of this white piece. Actually, I should have done, what would have been nice if I added some rich raspberry. I might actually just, I don't know if it'll work. Oh, it will. This is sneaky and you shouldn't do it like this, but whatever. I'm going to add some rich raspberry in this little one here, just up the side here. Just something pretty on the inside. And then I don't think it needs a sentiment because that's enough for the outside. I am going to add just a little bit of the linen thread here, just to where they meet. So I'm just going to go and add a little bit of tear and tape to hold that down. Oops. And then I'm just going to add some liquid glue to this piece. And add this to my layer of rich raspberry. So this strip of DSP on the bottom was actually the opposite side of the out paper. So it's not foil, but it is matching to the out paper. And then I'm going to add this to the inside of my card for a pretty inside. I might even tap. Oh, that's good then. Must suck. I mean, I can't even imagine how many times you guys have all been in lockdown. It's just crazy. So I think that I am actually going to, I don't think I need to stop. I need to stop adding. I think I'm happy with it the way it is. So that is the pretty card with all of the gold foiling and that fun ribbon, which if you didn't see and you're just joining, that ribbon is amazing frayed, and I think it does this really cool frayed look. And I think I've used every part. Let's have a look. Did I use everything? I've got to move everything on my desk. So in the suite, we've got the stamp. Yes, I've used that. I've used the die. Did I use the dies? No, I didn't use any of the dies, but I've used the bundle. I've used the shimmer vellum. I did use the ephemera. I've used the ribbon. I've used the paper. So I used the whole suite to create this fun card. So it was a lot of fun to make, and I used the last of my big owls. So I think I'm going to have to order more of that ephemera. And so you can see a little bit there of a sneak peek of how the clear embossing shows up on the background as just a little sneak peek. So if you didn't catch it, I did a video yesterday as well, doing this little fun card with the free celebration stamp set, and this uses that fun celebration sequin paper, so you can go and check that out. But this was today's card using the Blackberry Beauty suite, so you can see that fun suite. I love it. I'm not even a purple fan, to be honest, but when I saw this suite, it just grabbed me, and I just had to go for it. You should see my desk now. It looks like looks like a cyclone came through. Okay. So, okay, camera. I hope you enjoyed crafting with me a little bit. That was a lot of fun to pop on and just have a bit of an impromptu craft. I'm hoping I can do these little impromptu crafting videos a lot more frequently because they're a lot easier for me to come on and just to have nothing as such planned, but just come on, get to my desk and just craft with you. I have everything at my fingertips anyway, so it's not too bad. And I hope you enjoy the process of seeing how I craft. So I hope that you guys have all enjoyed checking out the new catalogues. I'd love to hear what you're loving out of the new catalogues, because I know that I had a lot of fun sitting down deciding what to order last night. I did what I said I was going to do in yesterday's video and ordered the new embossing folders. I couldn't help myself because there's some amazing new embossing folders in that catalogue. So if you haven't checked them out, I definitely encourage you to go check them out because there's some gorgeous stuff in there. And it's not just Christmas themed. It's there's lots of versatile products in there. So it's amazing. If you haven't checked out, I've got two online classes that have gone live, and they're available for anyone, no matter where you are in the world. They're self-paced, so you can go and pop on, and if you purchase them, they're there available and ready. You can join. They've got PDFs with metric and imperial measurements and videos with them all. I'd love to have you join. So all of that information's on the page. You can click on the events tab and it's all there. So I'm hoping to pop back again this week. I'll see what I can do, and I will catch you all in the next video.